Djokovic embarked on his latest quest to win a record 25th Grand Slam by easing to an ominous straight sets of victory Monday at the Australia Open. At the Australia Open, the South, this means Spain's Pedro Martinez 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 in 2 hours and meets Italian qualifier Francisco Mastrelli in the second round. It was his landmark 100th Australia Open victory. The former world number one, Novak Djokovic, raised into the 3-0 first set lead as Serbian fans serenaded their hero Novak Djokovic, and now round 4 put out a warm-up event this month saying he was not physically ready. His last competitive match was in early November as he attempts to limit the wear and tear on his cracking body, but he showed no signs of discomfort or rustiness in moving freely around the Bowman Park hard court to seal the first set with minimum fees. Yes, Novak Djokovic brought the 71st ranked Martinez serve early in the second set and was hardly troubled on his own serve to take a 2-0 lead. The third set went much the same way. The only moment of concern for Novak Djokovic fans coming when he stretched out his right upstring in between the games. Yes, Novak Djokovic. We need to get crushed at the Dopoli of Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner if he is to break a third with a Margaret Court and win an all record 25th major. Jannik Sinner is the 2-time defending Australia Open champion and along with Alcaraz has dominated the majors in the past 2 years. Novak Djokovic has been stuck on 24 major titles since winning the US Open in 2023. Novak Djokovic reached the last of all in Boma a year ago, but retired from the match against Alexander Zverev with injury. He did make one slice of history on Monday. Yesterday, his 81st Grand Slam, equaling the all-time record men's singles appearances with the old rival Roger Federer and Feliciano Lopez. Not only Novak Djokovic made an history yesterday. Yes, he's talking about tennis. And this is Sport Extra on Adami Mogo 107 FM. Idoikiti. Remember, no other station does it better. Yes, but Adami Mogo will serve you beyond your expectation. This is the best place to be. You want to get latest. You want to get latest from the world of sports. Yes, be it English and Yoruba. This is the right frequency. 107.7 FM. Yes, Iga Swiatek survived a Friday Monday before battling past the Chinese qualifier Yuan Yu to launch a bid for the career Grand Slam in a convincing faction at the Australia Open. The Polish second seed was pushed to the limit in the first set on Rod Lava Arena before prevailing 7-6, 6-3 after more than 2 hours to set up a clutch. And next we set the player Mario Bogova. Victory was a welcome boost for Swiatek, who lost the last 2 singles matches at the lead-up United Cup Tour. Coco Gauff and Belinda Bencic. Yes. But 35 unfolds errors will be awarded against a player who had only made it past the first round once in 13 previous Grand Slam appearances. Yes, Iga Swiatek has won 4 French Opens, the US Open, and the Wimbledon, but the title that Mobon Park has proved elusive. The 24-year-old has made the semi-finals twice but never gone further. Should she finally win the title and complete the Carrick Grand Slam, Iga Swiatek would beat only the 7th woman in the Open era to do so, and third youngest after Steffi Graf and Serena Williams. Young, ranked 130, was unfazed by facing the player of her stature and came out with a gun blossom. Yes, she broke Ashaki Swiatek's first service game and consolidated with a hold. Iga Swiatek had to fend off a break punch on her next serve before she settled and got on the ball. With a rather seemingly starting to function, she brought to level the set at 3-3, but Yuan again bounced to break back. Iga Swiatek finally came good when Yuan set for the first set with a powerful grand strokes, too much for the Chinese player. It headed for the third break when Iga Swiatek again had to fight hard before getting over the line with 21 unforced errors in the set. She races renewed and cleared in the second set, and when Yuan had a medical timeout for a lower back issue, it appeared to be all over. But the plucky 27-year-old won the next 2 games to stay alive before running out of steam. And now away from tennis, we move straight to football. And we're talking about the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON. It came to an end on Sunday night as Senegal was crowned African champions after beating the host nation, Morocco, in the final. The encounter ended 1-0 after 120 minutes in favor of the Teranga Lions. Thanks to Pep Guy's first half stride extra time goal before the Senegal versus Morocco final. Nigeria had defeated Egypt on Saturday to win the AFCON third place playoff. Both Nigeria and Egypt lost against Morocco and Senegal respectively in the semi-final stage. And now we take a review of the 2025 AFCON, highlighting the major talking points of the tournament. Along the line, you got to call in and give us your own view. Yes. Now let's talk about the controversial officiating, refereeing decisions, especially the performances of all the referees that officiated Morocco versus Cameroon AFCON quarterfinal tie, Morocco versus Nigeria AFCON semi-final clash, and Morocco versus Senegal AFCON final need to be reviewed by the Confederation of African Football, CAF, as the matches saw questionable penalties and VAR decisions that led fans and players foaming. You agree with me on this, isn't? And now the issue of toys. The issue of toys. Snatching and really must be addressed because during the semi-final tie between Morocco and Nigeria and the final between Morocco and Senegal, the camera captured officials of the host nation involved in stealing Nigeria goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali's towel, meant to clean his face and also wipe his hand glove due to the rainy weather conditions of Morocco. Similarly, a scenario occurred during the final Senegal's final with Morocco, where Captain Akraf Hakimi was captured by camera picking up and throwing Senegal goalkeeper Edouard Mendy's towel towards a ball void behind the goalpost. Also, during the final between Senegal and Morocco, a group of ball boys attacked the Senegal reserve goalkeeper Yavan Diaf as they tried to steal Mendy's towel from the nice keeper. Now we talk about indiscipline. During the AFCON final on Sunday, Senegal coach Cliff had ordered his players and Senegalese supporters in the stadium to leave the pitch in protest after the penalty was awarded to Morocco following a foul on Brahim Diaz. His action could have cost Africa the major disgrace in the face of the world, but thanks to the intervention of Senegal forward Sadio Mane, who had to call his teammates back to the pitch. Swore eventually apologized after the match for his behavior and instead insisted that he called his player to return to the pitch after realizing he was wrong. Technology missteps. Oh my God, we're talking about technological missteps. Now, the use of laser lights during matches, particularly during Morocco's match against Comoros and their matches against Nigeria and Senegal in the semi-final and final, was worrisome. Laser lights were seen being pointed at the faces of goalkeepers Stanley Wabali and Andrew Mendy during the matches, as such distractions of raised concern over maintaining the integrity of the AFCON tournament. Another one is security concerns. Issues arose around the crowd of control and safety measures, especially in the high-stakes matches between Algeria versus Nigeria in the AFCON quarterfinal stage and the AFCON final between Morocco and Senegal. These situations illuminated the need for improved protocols for future tournaments. Supporters were captured by camera, clashing with security officials in the stadium. The 2025 AFCON stood out as a vibrant but chaotic showcase of African football. While the AFCON tournament delivered unforgettable moments and dramatic storylines, the competition also highlighted areas that needed improvement, especially in officiating and crowd management in stadium. Aldo Joe, the head coach of the Wacky Rangers, gave his view on the 2025 AFCON tournaments. Watch your own view. Watch your own view. You as a spectator, watch your own view. You as a coach, watch your own view. You as football lovers, watch your own view. Yes. 0704-700-7701 or you call 0707-276-6278. Officiating was poor. The referee was on side of the host country. That's coming from Ojo Aldo. Cameroon and Morocco. Match was in favor of the host. The host fans were not accommodating. That's what he said. Alright, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have climbed to third place in Africa and 26th position globally in the latest FIFA Men's World Rankings released on Monday. Yesterday, the Nigerian national team moved 12 places from 38 to 26 after an impressive outing at the AFCON 2025 in Morocco, where they matched all overall. Nigeria scored most points in the latest ranking. That's a plot 79.09 after an impressive performances at the continental competition. Erisa Kochile's side won 6 of 7 matches, beating Tanzania, Tunisia, Uganda, Mozambique, and Algeria and Egypt, but narrowly lost the semi-final to host Morocco on penalties. The Super Eagles are now the third best team. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are now the third best team in Africa, behind AFCON winners Senegal, who ranked 12th globally, and Morocco placed 8th in the world. Algeria and Egypt occupy 4th and 5th position respectively on the latest African ranking. Meanwhile, Spain, Argentina, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Morocco, Belgium, and Germany make up the world's top 10 teams. For the first time, Morocco ranked among the top 10. best team in the world. All right. Brahim Diaz has broken his silence after missing a crucial late penalty in the Africa Cup of Nations final on Sunday, which proved decisive in his size defeat to Senegal. You remember, Diaz failed to convert from the spot deep into stoppage time after Morocco were awarded a penalty following a VAR review with a match still goalless. The midfielders, chipped effort was saved by Edouard Mendy, the Senegal goalkeeper. Later, went on to win the final in extra time. So that's about Brahim Diaz reacting in an emotional statement posted yesterday on his ex handle. Diaz accepted full responsibility for the miss and apologized to Moroccan fans. So the 24-year-old admitted the pain of the moment would take time to overcome, but vowed to keep pushing forward for the sake of supporters who stood by him. Now that's Diaz apologies. Where it's left for his countrymen to accept the apologies, but not for us, Nigeria. That we are less concerned about that. All right, away from that, quick one, we talk about Akko Adams. Immediately after the AFCON, Akko Adams, Super Eagles forward, scored a brace for his club side Sevilla yesterday night, just after returning from AFCON 2025. His performance helped Sevilla come back and draw 2-2 with Elche in the Spanish La Liga. So Adams, who began the game on the bench, came on the second half replacing Gerard Fernandez and helped change the match for the visiting team. Akko Adams scored 2 goals in the 25 minutes period, netted his first in the 75th minute. In the final moments of the game, Akko Adams scored the second goal with a strong penalty shot, sending the ball into the top corner of the net just 2 minutes into stoppage time to make the scores equal again. Akko Adams has now scored 5 goals and provided 2 assists in 15 league games this season in the La Liga. He also had a standard showing at the AFCON, scoring 2 goals and setting up 2 more chances in the 7 games. His performances were very important as Super Eagles won the bronze medal. The result takes Sevilla closer to safety from the relegation zone. This is Sport Extra. This is Adami Mogo 1077 FM. This is Kingsley Inyavusa, the Minister of Sports. And now, in case you don't know, UEFA Champions League resumes today. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has reviewed the 3 players that will now be fit to face Inter Milan in the Champions League tonight. The trial of Piero Hancapi, Riccardo Calafiori, and Max Doman did not make the trip to Italy. Arteta, however, confirmed that Kai Havertz and Christian Mosquera were fit and available. Last season, Inter Milan ended Arsenal's unbeaten run in the Champions League thanks to Hakan Kahanogu's penalty. So have it at the back of your mind that the likes of Piero Hancapi, Riccardo Calafiori, and Max Doman did not make the trip to Italy to face Inter Milan tonight. Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning to you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good morning. You're welcome.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to Nigeria for the top place. And again to my team. Real Madrid are really against Monaco. And thirdly, Senegal, I read them. Congratulations, but they're supposed to be punished for their unsportsmanly behavior.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be punished. Because they are not supposed to walk on the pitch. It's punishment. So they're supposed to be. Although I congratulate them for winning that for being the African champion. I congratulate them, but they're supposed to be punished.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Oga Joel. Thank you. All right. At 4:30 p.m. tonight, this evening rather, Carrick Amty will face Club Brugge. 6:45, Bottom Glint against Manchester City. Remember, Manchester United trashed Man City over the weekend, and now they're going to play the second game in the UEFA Champions League. Oh my God. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
From
You're welcome, son, to Dubai.
I was unable to call yesterday. I wasn't around. So that's why I didn't call yesterday. And I want to tell you concerning our last match on Saturday. The way I beat Martin. In fact, I was so surprised. And I'm so happy. So I think Manchester United, they are coming back stronger under the Carrick. So I believe we are going to continue with that good form.
Okay.
So well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. All right. FC Copenhagen, we played Napoli. Inter Milan against Arsenal. Olympiacos, the match between Inter Milan and Arsenal will come 9 p.m. tonight. Olympiacos will play Bayern Leverkusen. Real Madrid against Monaco. Sporting CP will play Paris Saint-Germain. Tottenham Hotspur will face Dortmund. Villarreal against Ajax. Both at the top of their domestic leagues, Inter Milan and Arsenal clutch in the UEFA Champions League tonight for the second successive season, and again that seemingly holds far more importance for the Italian side. Now unbeaten in 6 matches after the 1-0 victory over Udinese on Saturday. Hello, good morning. Oh my God. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Emeka Politica from Kugite.
All right, Emeka Politica, you're welcome.
You see, as of that, for that Senegal match,
yeah,
I like it that way. Otherwise, they will just Moroccan club, they will just carry the cup away. This one is now going to be a lesson for other referees. It's going to be, they have played a very good example. The way they continue to look at our match with them also, that was why they even they treated them very well. It's very bad. So for me now, the UEFA Champions League tonight, we are winning. That night winning.
All right. Thank you.
We are going to beat the Inter Milan.
Thank you. Yeah. Inter Milan will look to carry momentum into the UEFA Champions League campaign, which is threatening to unravel. The Nerazzurri opened their European campaign with 4 successive wins, but back-to-back defeats since the most recent of which came on this ground against the English opposition in Liverpool. 1-0 means their top 8 positions is far from secure. A tough trip to Borussia Dortmund awaits on March Day 8 to replace even greater pressure on this feature. But as Inter, we're unbeaten in 18 home UEFA Champions League games prior to the Liverpool defeat, and last suffered 3 successive UEFA Champions League defeats when current boss Christian Chivo was a player in 2011. They are well placed to bounce back. Why Arsenal were left disappointed by a goalless draw against Nottingham Forest at the weekend. They still extended their unbeaten run to 11 matches. which started with a 3-0 thrashing out of Club Rouge in the last UEFA Champions League outing. The Gunners, Arsenal, hello, good morning. Yeah, thank you very much. You're welcome. Okay. All right. Thank you. God bless you. You too much. The Gunners arrived at the San Siro Stadium with a 100% record in this season's competition. Winning 6 and the only unbeaten side left standing, putting them just a point away from sealing the top 8 finish. A 7th successive UEFA Champions League victory would mark a new club record. And as all 3 of the away wins they have managed in that sequence, it came without reply. Few were back against them, rewriting history here. Inter Milan have won the 2 of the previous UEFA Champions League. 3 UEFA Champions League, including our 1-0 success on this ground last time. Arsenal's least away victory against Italian opposition in this competition came back in 2008, failing to score in the 5 such games since. Inter have scored exactly once in 4 of their last 7 games. All 12 of Inter Milan UEFA Champions League goals this time came in the 30th minute or later. 13th of Arsenal's 17th UEFA Champions League goals this season came after half-time. 9 of Arsenal's last 13 UEFA Champions League away wins came by 2.5 goal margins. So the key players to watch are missing players on the target at the weekend. Lautaro Martinez stands out as Inter's biggest threat, as no player has scored more UEFA Champions League home goals since the start of the 2025 than him. Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli has scored in all 5 of the UEFA Champions League appearances this time, but no Brazilian has ever done so in 6 successive games in this competition. Hakan Kahanoglu has missed Inter's last 2 games, while Arsenal's Piero Hancapi remains doubtful. He's not going to play. Yes. Jamie Carragher has outlined his 4-man shortlist for the next Manchester United manager, suggesting that the next permanent boss at Old Trafford must be the candidate with the right energy and drive to lead the club forward. United parted ways with Ruben Amorim earlier this month after a disastrous 14-month reign at the club, and have since appointed Michael Carrick as the head coach until the end of the season. The likes of Tomatucho, Luis Enrique, Eddie Howe, current Newcastle manager, then Julian Nagelsmann. Why can't Carrick take the job? 07047007701 or you call 0707276627. Meanwhile, this is how far we can go on to this edition of Sport Extra. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition. Of course, my name is Kingsley Inya, was the Minister of Sport. That's what they call me by now.